Hey. Just waiting for one person so I can get to running off at my mouth and not be talking to myself. Coming to you live. Wanted to do some chatting on just some stuff that I've been looking at about the food distribution in this society. Let me know if you guys can hear me all right. I'm here out. I'll show you where I'm at. I am out in front of Everlasting Life. So I'm just here. It's a little slow right now, as you can see. So I'm here. They're doing some construction, building up, having it moving. So I'm like, just sitting here in my car, and figured I would jump on real quick so we can have one of our fireside chats and have a little discussion. Hey Annette, Charles, you can hear me? Thank you. Yeah, because there's some like trucks kind of moving back and forth, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. The future of food is how I label this topic of discussion. I'm just looking at the writing on the wall, right? And I'm paying attention to the signs, and I'm seeing where like there was a report that came out yesterday that like the food banks and the food distribution to the poor and the needy and people that have food pantries and stuff like that, the request for food has doubled, have went up in a lot of places. Twice as many people are in search of food banks and things than before this crisis, right? So I'm looking at that, and then I'm also on top of these new coronavirus cases that they're finding in these meat packing industries, right? Which I found interesting. That so they so much so to where a few of them had to shut down, right? A lot of major meat packing industries in this country had to shut down because of the coronavirus spread so rapidly throughout the manufacturing plant, and how that's going to affect things as far as the meat. And then on top of that, I'm watching Trump's moves and how he just shut down any more people. What's the word I'm looking for? So when you can't come over here, help me out. What's the word I'm looking for? The people, what they call them, illegal aliens or immigration. That's what it was, immigration. So I'm watching how, so now the immigration thing he put a halt to, right? And how that's going to affect the migrants down in Mexico coming across the border. And a lot of those people, a large, vast majority of the people who help farm those, the foods in this society are those people. And you know what I'm saying, if you're making it harder for them, they stop them from even getting any stimulus packages. So these are the people that help the food, pick the oranges off the trees and pick the vegetables out the ground and all that stuff. So I'm just paying attention. I'm watching all this take place, right? All at the same time. And I'm wondering what's that going to do in the future, very near future, for us as it relates to getting food in this society. And then I'm watching how other societies, like for instance Russia, 40% of all the food distribution in Russia comes from small mom and pop farmers and people who farm on their own. They actually give away land, plots of land for free to their citizens just to grow food on. 2 and 3 acres, small pieces, parcels of land, right? And now here in America, 1% of all our food that's just distributed in this society comes from mom and pop farmlands. All the rest, 99%, is major food distributions. So 99 out of 100 people who live in this society go to the grocery stores for the vast majority of the food they eat, right? It's a truck ride past. And what does that mean? You know? And so I'm just saying, and I've been saying, you know, I'm a late bloomer myself. I just got started planting, and they're growing really pretty thick, pretty good right now. And I probably told myself 3 years ago that I was going to start in a little small garden in my backyard. And I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off, and here we are. And I'm like, uh-oh, now I'm behind time. You know what I'm saying? But I know there's a lot of folks out there that are even further behind time than me. It ain't even on their radar. They ain't even thinking about what I'm talking about right now. It's not even in their peripheral, and what that's gonna mean. Family. I don't know how this thing got started. I'll keep saying that because I still don't have, you know, this theory still floating around, and I don't have any concrete bombshell proof of anything, of no smoking gun of how it got started. But that defeats the, you know, that's neither here nor there. The reality is, here we are. We are in a situation where things aren't the same as they were 45 days ago. Totally different. And so how do you do that? How do you respond to that? How do you react to that? How do you maneuver through that? And so I think this is the time to be making some intelligent decisions for your life as well as the life of those who you love. Your children, your significant other, your family. This is the time to start making intelligent decisions. You know, and I'm on Facebook, and I see people, you know what I'm saying, they still going on about their regular old routines. You know what I'm saying? Everything's a joke. Playing their games. Taking this time in the house to just, you know what I'm saying, watch movies. And I'm not saying we don't need downtime, because this, you know what I'm saying, or everything happens for a reason. And I know that for those who live their life wired up all the time, or working, you know what I'm saying, overtime, and just live a strenuous life, yeah, this type of thing could probably be good for their spirit, you know. However, that don't mean you stay there. That don't mean you stay there and you just continue on like this thing, all after a while everything gonna blow over and we gonna get back to some sense of normalcy. If you're in that frame of mind state, family, let me be the first to say that I think that you're making a serious mistake in thinking that this thing ain't going. This is phase 1. This is the virus. Is phase 1 of what we can expect moving forward, and we gotta be prepared. We gotta plan. We gotta be smart about our moves and think intelligently. And if you don't know, if you don't have a single clue, then you need to be tapped into those who do. This is the time to tap into those individuals who you look up to for advice and counsel and for their wisdom, and they live their life in a way that, you know what I'm saying, that seems to be more successful, you know what I'm saying, than what you're doing in your regular day-to-day life. It might be time to tap into those kind of individuals, because this thing is serious. Let me see what the family's talking. Hey, Charles. Hey, Sarah. Yvette. Hey, sis. Yvette Barnett. That's my sister. Shallow, Victor, hey Patrick, Crystal, and Patrick. Patrick is one who's he can teach on this better than me, because he's down there in Mississippi. Him and his organization, I think it's the Black Liberation Movement. I believe that's what it's called. And they down there getting it in. They got acres of land, and they've been farming for years. And and he been talking this, how we can't expect things to always remain the same. Everything in life changes, whether we like it or not, for the good or the bad, for better or worse. That's called evolution. Things are constantly evolving. So we can't expect things to go back to somewhere it used to be. No. Hey Annette, you are so right. I haven't eaten meat in 4 years. Yeah, me too. I do fish every now and again. I still eat some fish. But I haven't eaten meat myself in a good little while. Never ate pork in my life, knock on wood, unless somebody gave it to me. I ain't know. And I gave up red meat. Wow. Yeah, it's been about 10, 12 years now since I've eaten meat, chicken, and all that stuff. So yeah. Hey Kevin. Thobel, Albert, Denise, Tiffany, Richard, Baku. I'm trying to see. They're going to be in trouble. And that's it. And that's why, I jump on and kind of reiterate and stress. And I know I'm repeating myself. And that's on purpose and deliberate. Because sometimes we need to hear the message over and over and over again before it sinks in. And that's not just from what I'm saying. It's from what anybody is saying that's trying to, ring the alarm. Sometimes in our lives, because we, that's just the way we're set up. And our subconscious mind is set up. Is to where, that's why a parent with their young children, you might have to tell a little small child 1,000 times. Pick up after yourself when you get up, or make your bed up when you wake up, or it's going to take a while, a long time for them to get it, for them to sink in. So I'm repeating myself that this food thing is a serious matter. But we need those with skills in gardening and farming to help teach us how to do things on a small scale. We have Google University that is invaluable asset. This phone here that I'm talking on, and that most of y'all are watching me on, this thing is, you can learn just about anything you ever wanted to know about anything in life just by going to Google. I didn't know anything about farming. Everything I've learned about, the little bit that I've learned thus far was been on Google. Google, people who've done it before, people who share their knowledge with others freely and don't mind. And they get on and they do those videos, and some of them are outstanding. And not only do they teach the people who are doing the videos, but those who come in and teach as well. So I learned a lot from the comments section as well. Somebody may come in with another alternative or a different perspective of how the person who did the video did it, and I'm learning something new from them. So there is no excuses. There is no excuses. We can sit and watch Google to learn how to farm and learn how to, till the ground, and what kind of how to do how to feed the plants, the fertilizer, and all that kind of stuff, and what type of plants grow, and what kind of atmosphere, and how much water to give them, how much sunlight they need, how long it's going to take to grow, how to get your seeds, where to get your seeds. There's no limit to what you can learn on Google and YouTube. Really, family. Hey Charles, Mustafa, Sue. But I would just strongly implore you guys to get yourself something growing in the yard, even if it ain't but one or two things. Maybe you're in an apartment and you don't have land that you can go and pull up. You have a balcony, you have a windowsill. It's easy to grow. The earth is very fertile, and plants love to grow. And so, you know what I'm saying? So you drop some seeds, and now you can go to Home Depot and places like that and get some starter plants. You don't even have to need seeds per se for a lot of different things. Now, especially herbs. You can start an herb garden without even having to wait for the seeds to get fertile in the ground. So again, there's really no excuse. But I just implore us all to get out here and get some stuff in the ground, because tomorrow ain't promised. Tomorrow is not promised that you're going to be able to get up and go to the grocery store and find all the stuff that you used to get 45 days ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm just watching the writing on the wall. I hope I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? None of us can speak with any 100% accuracy. Hey, how you doing? Good. None of us. But I just watch trends. I'll just watch future trends. I pay attention to what goes on around the world, and then I just pencil it all together, and I come, you know, and find a trend and graph and realize, you know what I'm saying? Or I realize, it's me moving in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But the key is to pay attention, you know, and you know, we got a lot of different thought processes coming from a lot of different people. And you know, some people will tell you, you know what I'm saying, things like just stay positive, just don't worry, and stop, turn the news off, stop worrying about what they talking about, just do you. You have those that say that, and then you'll have others that'll tell you like it's 5G. You know what I'm saying? They lying to you. All of it is a lie. It's a conspiracy, and it's genocide. You have those type, you know, and you have, so my point is, you can get a lot of different perspectives, especially on Facebook, just by listening to a lot of different people. And I don't think that there's any right or wrong in any of it, right? What I like to do is I just take from it all. You know, I take from what I hear that makes logical sense, what I hear that could be proven, that is factual, that can there's evidence that can back up those claims. You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's a little bit of truth in it all. You know, of course you shouldn't absorb yourself 24/7, 365, and what these news people doing, and what this administration is doing, and the back and forth, the civil war, because that's what it is. The civil war that they're having up on Capitol Hill. No, you should not engross yourself in all that. But I don't think it's wise to just turn all that off completely either, because you're in this society, you know? And so, and what those people do affects you and I, you know? And so that doesn't mean that you take everything they say and run with it and use it, you know what I'm saying? And you maneuver your life through with whatever they say. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is you should have a level, some level of understanding about it all, so you can be in a better position to make a more informed decision for your own life. Hey, Hanifa. So, like, you know, for instance, they're saying wear masks, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands frequently, things like that. And we actually, I hear, it's a lot of us out here mad at folks who ain't got a mask on. We out here getting mad at people because we got a mask on and they don't. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, but wait a minute, if you can't, first of all, you can't control another living soul. You can't control what another living soul do. You know what I'm saying? Or you shouldn't want to anyways, because you don't want nobody to try to control everything you do in life. And so free will allows us, to, some people feel like they don't need, some people really believe this whole thing is a hoax. Ain't no virus spreading like that. Or they'll say, you know what I'm saying, the virus is really a small percentage of people who are dying from this virus and getting sick, which is true. And so they don't feel the need that they have to have a mask on everywhere they go for whatever reason. They don't want to wear a mask. They not wearing it. Okay. That's their life. I mean, the point is, if you feel so strongly about a mask, that the mask was going to protect you, that then you wear your mask and to protect yourself. So why would somebody else not wearing a mask, but you are going to hurt you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to protect your own self and being. So, you know, it's like the whole vaccination theory. How people get mad at me, like other people who choose not to get their children or themselves vaccinated. And they, we all need to be vaccinated. It's like, okay, well, if you chose to go get vaccinated, aren't you protected now? Why does it matter that I'm not vaccinated? Well, somebody else next to you not vaccinated. If your vaccinations work, right? Then why are you so mad that somebody else not getting putting, you know, allowing somebody to stick poison in their arm because you did? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that concept, because if you're so sure that vaccinations work and you got vaccinated, then you protected. What you care about what somebody else did with their own body or didn't do? Same thing with the mask. If the mask's supposed to work so well, wear your mask and protect yourself. Why you care that somebody else don't got one on? So that's just my theory, correct? You know, maybe I'm foolish and I'm seeing it all wrong, but for me, that's just common sense logic for me. Opening up this country, it's another thing we get mad about. People are some of these so-called leaders, governors, people like that of these different states, Georgia being one and Las Vegas, Nevada being another, where they're talking about opening up this country, you know, right now. And they're moving towards steps to do that. Actually, some of them already have. Actually, today was I think Georgia, right? Georgia, the governor of Georgia, supposed to open up his country back to certain things, and people get mad at that. How dare he? You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you're not comfortable with being out there, then don't go. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, if you live in Georgia and Georgia opening up different places and you don't think you're not comfortable with that decision, and you think that it's too soon and you think it's too dangerous, well, just don't go out there. I mean, I don't know. I guess, you know, I think people gotta, you know, I'm hearing y'all, well, people still gotta go to work and da-da-da-da-da. I don't know. I guess, you know, I don't know. I guess there's some middle ground to that. But for me, I'm like, okay, well, if I ain't comfortable with going out there, I ain't going out there. Whether the governor or the mayor or the president or whoever opening up, whatever. So I just don't see the whole reason for being so mad and upset at what other people, the decisions other people make, when you have free will yourself. You have the ability to choose for yourself what you feel is more safe. You know what I'm saying? So why get mad at all that? But I don't know. Study life to live it the right way, Reggie said. Absolutely. Study to show thyself worthy and approved. That's what the scriptures, the ancient scriptures say. It's another thing we like to reject. Despite everything that's currently going on in the world, it has been written in them scriptures. Has been already written in them scriptures. We reject them scriptures and throw them in the trash. They worthless. And da-da-da-da-da. That's because we don't know how to read them. You know, that's because we don't know how to read them. You know. So, anyway. That's all I wanted to say. Really, I just wanted to mention that we should be maneuvering intelligently in this time. We really should. And if we don't know even what that means or how that look, then you should be tuned into those who do move intelligently and are willing to share with others their moves. Really. Hey Garth. And food. This whole food thing, family. I'm watching it. I'm paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching, because when this thing opens back up, everybody is not going to be in the same position they were when it closed down. A lot of jobs have been lost. A lot of them ain't coming back. A lot of these industries are shutting down because they cannot afford to just, you know, it's like the wheel was moving and it just still came to a halt. for a lot of industries. And this society was not built in a way to withstand and sustain this type of shutdown for this long. It's just not. A lot of people were teetering on the edge to begin with. And here we are now, shut down completely. And, bills need to be paid and things like that. And they just can't afford to stay this long. And then because once they do reopen, a lot of these extracurricular things, businesses and industries, when they do reopen, there's no guarantee people want to rush to their doors because people are scared. People are sincerely scared and nervous. And so a lot of places like, events, stadiums, and, other things that people crowd to, movie theaters and things like that, there's no guarantee that those places are going to turn around and get the same amount of business that they were getting before this thing shut down. So that means that, that if they don't, then they may not even may not be able to sustain because they're not getting the income that they were. So they'll have to shut down. They'll have to close up shop. And that's more jobs lost. That's more people struggling. So I'm saying all that to say, we're living in some perilous times, family, with a lot of uncertainty. I've been saying that. We're living in some perilous times with a lot of uncertainty, and it does not help to stick your head in the sand. That ain't gonna help nothing. And in fact, that'll make matters worse for yourself, because you don't know what's going on, and when you don't have information, you're not able to make informed decisions because you don't have information. Root word for, information, information. So without information, you can't make informed decisions. And you start doing things foolishly. And you can put yourself in a worse situation than you were before. So it does not help to stick your head in the sand and allow somebody else to figure it all out. And, it is what it is, and God's in control and all that kind of stuff. Because you can be setting yourself up for a lot more turmoil than necessary in your own life. Stress, heartache, pain, all that stuff. So I'm just saying, stay aware, stay enlightened. That's all I'm saying. All right, family, I'm not going to stay on here long. That's just my message for today. Hey, Saladin. And watch the signs, family. Pay attention and maneuver accordingly. So if you see that there's something coming up, you map out your life to where you plan and prepare, so you won't be in a situation where you're struggling, where you don't have to be. So if you got food planting in your backyard, and there's gonna run on the groceries or a food shortage, well, at least you might not have a full 3-course meal, that you would have had prior to, but at least you can survive. At least you got something in your backyard growing that you can eat on. You know what I'm saying? That's preparing. All right, family. America's not going back to normal. No, she's not. There was no sense of there was nothing normal about this society to begin with, if you ask me. This is the fall and the end of a world of evil and injustice. Yeah, I agree with you. Every great nation that ever was on earth have come to an end. Every last one. America is the current superpower. But America wasn't always the superpower. There were superpowers before America became America. And go back. Do your history. Look at Greece. Look at Rome. Look at Egypt. Look at Kemet. Look at, all the great places that once ruled, were once the shining emerald of all the other nations on earth. They've all come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. So for us sitting up here believing that this whole thing called America is going to keep going, and you know what I'm saying, we're going to have all these luxuries and things like that we have grown accustomed to, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. When? I don't know. I don't have all the answers. But it will fall. That's a guarantee. So you should be prepared. All right, family. I'm really gone now. Take care. Peace.